There have been plenty of iconic players in baseball history. Some were known for their raw power, others for their blazing speed or rocket arms. But perhaps no player has ever embodied winning, leadership, and clutch performance quite like Derek Jeter. Sure, this was partly because Jeter had the perfect stage, playing his entire 20-year career in pinstripes under the brightest lights in baseball. But beneath the Hollywood moments and the magazine covers, Derek Jeter was the real deal. A player who showed up when it mattered most and turned pressure into performance with a consistency that bordered on the supernatural. The result was a career that included 5 World Series championships, 14 All-Star appearances, 5 Gold Glove Awards, 5 Silver Slugger Awards, and more than 3,400 hits, placing him 6th on the all-time list. For 2 decades, Jeter was the face of baseball's most storied franchise, and he carried that responsibility with a grace and professionalism that made him a legend both on and off the field. So let's dig into why Derek Jeter became the player that defined a generation and why his legacy will endure forever.
Well, baseball as a sport isn't looking too good right now because it seems like every other day there's a story. But like I said, I can't emphasize it enough. Everybody wasn't doing it.
Derek Sanderson Jeter was born on June 26, 1974, in Pequannock, New Jersey, but grew up in Kalamazoo, Michigan, where his family moved when he was 4 years old. His father, Charles, was a substance abuse counselor, and his mother, Dorothy, was an accountant. Both parents were athletes in their own right, his father playing baseball at Fisk University, and his mother playing softball. From an early age, Derek's parents instilled in him a strong work ethic and high standards, making him sign a contract every year outlining expected behaviors and consequences. Baseball was always Derek's passion. He was a Yankees fan growing up, idolizing Dave Winfield and Don Mattingly. Every summer, the family would drive from Michigan to New Jersey to visit his grandparents and attend Yankees games at the old Stadium Young. Derek would tell anyone who would listen that he was going to be the shortstop for the New York Yankees someday. Most kids say things like that, but Derek meant it. At Kalamazoo Central High School, Jeter was a star in both baseball and basketball, but it was on the diamond where he truly excelled. As a senior in 1992, he hit an astounding .508 with 4 home runs, and his defensive prowess at shortstop caught the attention of scouts across the country. He was named the 1992 High School Player of the Year by the American Baseball Coaches Association. The University of Michigan offered him a scholarship, and it seemed like a perfect fit for the local hero. But then came the 1992 MLB draft. The Yankees, picking 6th overall, selected Derek Jeter. It was a controversial pick at the time. Some scouts thought Jeter was too thin, too lanky, that he'd never have enough power to be an everyday player. Others questioned whether he could stick at shortstop. The Astros, who picked first that year, passed on him to take Phil Nevin. The Reds took Chad Mottola at 5. Both would become footnotes, while Jeter would become a legend. Jeter accepted the Yankees' signing bonus of $800,000 and headed to the minor leagues. His journey wasn't without bumps. In 1993, playing for the Gulf Coast League Yankees and Greensboro, he struggled defensively, committing 56 errors in just 126 games combined. It was brutal. Jeter was homesick, frustrated, and beginning to doubt himself. He called his parents, crying, wondering if he'd made the right choice. His father told him, "If you want to come home, you can come home." But they both knew what the answer would be. Jeter stayed, worked harder, and figured it out. By 1994, playing for Class A Tampa and Double A Albany, Jeter was showing the potential the Yankees had seen. He hit .329 with 50 stolen bases and was named Minor League Player of the Year. The defense improved too. He was learning, adapting, and most importantly, he was developing the mental toughness that would define his career. Jeter got his first taste of the majors in 1995, appearing in 15 games late in the season. He hit just .250 with no home runs, but the organization believed in him going into 1996. The Yankees had a decision to make at shortstop. The incumbent, Tony Fernandez, was solid, but manager Joe Torre decided to hand the job to the 21-year-old rookie. It was a gamble that would pay off beyond anyone's wildest dreams. In 1996, Derek Jeter became the Yankees' everyday shortstop and never looked back. He hit .314 with 10 home runs and 78 RBIs, earning American League Rookie of the Year honors. But more importantly, he helped lead the Yankees to their first World Series championship since 1978. Watching Jeter dive into the stands at the old stadium, his uniform covered in dirt, his face beaming with joy, you could see this wasn't just a talented player. This was someone who played the game with pure, unbridled passion. The Yankees had found their cornerstone, and they were building a dynasty around him. Over the next 4 years, the Yankees would win 3 more World Series titles. In 1998, 1999, and 2000, with Jeter as the catalyst. His postseason performances became the stuff of legend. In the 2000 World Series against the Mets, Jeter hit .409 and was named World Series MVP. But it wasn't just the numbers. It was the diving catches, the clutch hits, the impossible plays that seemed to happen whenever the Yankees needed them most. Take Game 3 of the 2001 ALDS against Oakland. The Yankees were trailing in the 7th inning when Jeremy Giambi tried to score from first on a double. The throw from right field was offline, sailing past both the cutoff man and the first baseman. Giambi was going to score easily. Except Derek Jeter, playing shortstop, had no business being where he was. He appeared out of nowhere, caught the errant throw in foul territory near the first baseline, and in one motion, flipped the ball backhand to catcher Jorge Posada, who tagged out Giambi at the plate. The Yankees won the game and the series. The play became known simply as the flip, and it's been replayed millions of times since. It embodied everything Jeter represented: instinct, awareness, and an uncanny ability to be in the right place at the right moment. Then there was Game 4 of the 2001 World Series. The Yankees were facing the Arizona Diamondbacks, and the city of New York was still reeling from the September 11th attacks. Just weeks earlier, the game went to extra innings. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th, Jeter stepped to the plate and launched a walk-off home run into the right field stands. As he rounded the bases, the clock struck midnight and the date changed to November. The next day's newspapers had the perfect headline, Mr. November. Throughout his career, Jeter seemed to collect these moments. The 3,000th hit, which came on July 9th, 2011, wasn't just a milestone. It was a home run, the walk-off single in his final game at Yankee Stadium. The diving catch into the stands that left him bloodied but triumphant. Time and again, Jeter delivered when the spotlight was brightest. But statistics tell only part of Jeter's story. He finished his career with a .310 batting average, 260 home runs, 1,311 RBIs, and 358 stolen bases. His 3,465 hits rank 6th all-time and first among shortstops. He played in 158 postseason games, the most in MLB history, and holds numerous postseason records, including most hits, runs scored, and total bases. Yet what truly set Jeter apart wasn't just what he did on the field, but how he carried himself off it. He was named Yankees captain in 2003, the first since Don Mattingly retired in 1995 and only the 11th captain in franchise history. The role seemed custom-made for him. He never caused controversy, never criticized teammates publicly, never made excuses. He dated supermodels and celebrities, but kept his private life remarkably private. He started a charitable foundation that has helped thousands of young people. He was, in every sense, a professional. His teammates revered him. Mariano Rivera, his longtime friend and fellow Core 4 member, once said that Jeter was the heart and soul of those championship teams. Andy Petite and Jorge Posada, the other Core 4 members, echoed that sentiment. But it wasn't just the Yankees who respected him. Opponents did too. When Jeter announced his retirement before the 2014 season, teams around the league held special ceremonies in his honor. Players who had competed against him for 2 decades lined up to shake his hand and thank him for his contributions to the game. The respect Jeter commanded came from his approach to the game. He played hard every single day. He showed up early, stayed late, and never took a play off. Former hitting coach Kevin Long once said that Jeter's pregame preparation was like watching a master craftsman at work. He studied pitchers, looked for tendencies, and adjusted his approach accordingly. When he struggled, which wasn't often, he'd work even harder to fix it. Jeter's clutch gene was almost supernatural. He hit .308 in the postseason with 20 home runs. In winner-take-all games, his average jumped to .364. The bigger the moment, the better he seemed to play. Sports psychologists have studied this phenomenon, trying to understand how some athletes thrive under pressure while others crumble. For Jeter, it seemed to come down to preparation meeting opportunity. He put in the work, so when the moment arrived, his body knew what to do. There was no panic, no fear, just execution. There were criticisms, of course. Defensive metrics suggested Jeter wasn't the Gold Glove shortstop that 5 awards would indicate. Sabermetricians pointed out that his range factor was below average, that he didn't have the arm strength of some other elite shortstops. And they weren't wrong. Jeter wasn't Omar Vizquel or Ozzie Smith with the glove. But what the numbers couldn't capture was his instinct, his ability to make the key play when it mattered most, like the flip. And ultimately, his defensive shortcomings, if they existed, were more than offset by his offensive production and intangibles. As Jeter's career progressed into the 2000s, the Yankees continued to contend but couldn't quite recapture the magic of those late 90s championship teams. They lost heartbreaking playoff series to the Red Sox, Angels, and Tigers. Jeter kept producing, earning his 3,000th hit in 2011 with typical flair, a home run on a 3-2 pitch from David Price. He was 37 years old and showing no signs of slowing down. But Father Time is undefeated. In 2013, Jeter suffered a serious ankle injury that limited him to just 17 games.
They talked about a 3-month recovery period. Won't jeopardize his career, but he will not be playing anymore for us this year.
Before the 2014 season, he announced it would be his last. The farewell tour was emotional, with standing ovations in every stadium. Jeter's final home game at Yankee Stadium was a storybook ending. In his last at-bat, he hit a walk-off single to right field, sending the stadium into pandemonium.
Richardson is safe. Derek Jeter ends his final game with a walk-off single.
He was mobbed by his teammates as fireworks exploded overhead. It was perfect. When Jeter retired, he left behind a legacy that transcended statistics. He was a winner, pure and simple. 5 World Series rings, 14 All-Star games, a Rookie of the Year award, and a World Series MVP. But more than that, he showed an entire generation what it meant to be a professional, how to handle success and failure with equal grace, and how to be a leader without being loud. So what made Derek Jeter so special? It can be broken down into several key components. First, the clutch factor. Jeter's ability to perform in high-pressure situations was unmatched. Whether it was a routine game in July or Game 7 of the World Series, Jeter played with the same intensity and focus. His postseason numbers are legendary, but it was more than numbers. It was the way he seemed to will his team to victory, the way he'd get the key hit or make the crucial play right when it was needed. Second, the consistency. For 20 years, Jeter gave the Yankees the same professional effort every single day. He played through injuries, slumps, and personal challenges without complaint. He hit over 300 in 13 different seasons and never hit below 270 in any full season. That kind of sustained excellence over 2 decades is remarkable. Third, the leadership. Being captain of the Yankees isn't just about wearing a letter on your jersey. It's about embodying everything the franchise stands for. Excellence, class, winning. Jeter did that effortlessly. He held teammates accountable, led by example, and always put the team first. When Alex Rodriguez joined the Yankees in 2004, there could have been tension after all. A-Rod was arguably the better player, but Jeter was the face of the franchise. Instead, Jeter welcomed him, helped him navigate the pressures of playing in New York, and the two formed a productive partnership. Fourth, the mental toughness. Playing in New York isn't for everyone. The media scrutiny is relentless. The expectations are suffocating, and the pressure is immense. Jeter thrived in it. He never seemed rattled, never looked overwhelmed. When things went wrong, he found a way to make them right. When the Yankees were down, he picked them up. His confidence was contagious, and his teammates fed off it. Fifth, the professionalism. In an era when athletes were constantly in trouble, making headlines for the wrong reasons, Jeter was scandal-free. He conducted himself with class, respected the game and its history, and understood the responsibility that came with wearing the pinstripes. Parents pointed to Jeter as a role model for their children, and he earned that distinction every single day. After retirement, Jeter's impact on baseball didn't end. He became part of an ownership group that purchased the Miami Marlins, serving as CEO from 2017 to 2022. While his tenure was controversial, marked by cost-cutting measures and a complete roster teardown, Jeter approached it with the same seriousness he'd brought to his playing career. In 2020, he was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame on his first ballot, receiving 99.7% of the vote. Only Mariano Rivera had received 100%, 1 vote more. Derek Jeter's number 2 hangs in Monument Park at Yankee Stadium, retired forever. Future generations of Yankees will never wear it, a testament to what it meant and what he accomplished. His plaque there reads in part, "A Yankee captain and leader who played the game with passion, pride, and a commitment to winning that defined a dynasty." That's the legacy of Derek Jeter. He wasn't the most talented player of his generation. He wasn't the fastest or the strongest. But he was the winner. He was the captain. He was Mr. November. And for 20 glorious years, he was exactly what baseball needed. A hero who played the game the right way, respected its traditions, and gave everything he had every single time he stepped on the field. There will never be another Derek Jeter. The game has changed. Dynasties are harder to build, and the pressures of modern stardom are different. But his blueprint remains: work harder than everyone else, stay humble, be a good teammate, and deliver when it matters most. That's not just how you become a great player. That's how you become a legend. And speaking of legends, if you want more deep dives into the players, moments and stories that made sports history, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button for Chronicles of the Game. We're building our own dynasty here, one iconic story at a time. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. We've got more legendary tales lined up than Jeter had clutch hits, and that's saying something. So do what the captain would do. Show up when it counts. Subscribe now, and let's keep these chronicles going strong. Now, who should we cover next? Drop your suggestions in the comments below, and let's celebrate the greatest to ever play the game together.